today we're gonna discuss Strange Love by Anne Aguirre. And today we have Ebba, Sandra, Christina, and me here. Maybe Xanti, we will hope so. Otherwise, it's only us. So, yes, how are you guys? How's it going?
Tough audience. It's going great.
Good. Well, should we just hop into it then? Have everyone read the whole book or
80%.
But that's
Wow.
good. That's really good.
I've crammed to name it.
Yes.
You began 2 days ago, right?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, we're doing this.
Perfect.
So good.
Perfect. Yes.
Well, that's amazing.
It's amazing. So, Matt, you two have read it whole?
Yes.
The whole thing? Yes, me too. Yes. So, a little bit general. We can start with you, Ebba. As far as you have got.
Yes, exactly. A book can always be spoiled by a bad ending. So unless that happens, like I think it's well written. It's charming to read. I really like the characters. We'll get into that more, but I think it's just like nicely paced and enjoyable to read. It's just like a nice read. I'm not sold on the alien bit quite, but we might get into that. So yeah, generally that's my thoughts.
Yes. Sandra?
Well, I like it, but it had to grow on me because at the beginning everything just seemed, really? An abduction, a talking dog, a carapace type alien. I'm not sure I'm going to like this. But then as I got into it, everything fell into place and the characters grew on me and the story grew on me. And especially since I read Grim Space for so many years ago, that Anne Aguirre has also written. I read the whole series and I loved that series. So when I didn't instantly fell in love with this book, I was a little bummed. But as I said, as it moved along, it got better and better. And overall, it was a good book.
Perfect. Can I just jump in here because that was exactly my ride, and the thing with the dog as well. That was like, what? I don't know because I'm not an animal person, so maybe that's why. Because I talked to a guy who has a dog. He was like, "Oh, that would be the perfect thing to know what the dog says," but I was like, I don't know. Anyway, it was a ride for me. I didn't like it in the beginning. I liked it better, and with the end comes, it felt really good ending, and it kind of just made it really good. But I needed to finish it before I came to that conclusion. I had a little bit struggle with it. Yes. So, Christina.
Yeah, I agree with all of you. I was pretty sold from the start. I think it was an enjoyable read, easy read, nice read, good story, and enjoyable from start to end, I would say.
Yes. So
I like the talking dog.
you like
Me too. Thank you. I was like, am I going to be the only one who likes the dog? Because I was like, when that happened, I was like, yes, talking dog. I'm in.
Well, I think, like I said, he grew on me. And it was the same thing when I watched Frozen for the first time. I hated Olaf, but as I've watched,
Olaf?
He was too much. He was just that thing that didn't have to be in the movie. They just wanted to cram too much into the movie, and the first time I watched it, he was too much. They could have replaced him with an ogre, and it would have been the same outcome. So, yeah, no, he grew on me. So now, 10 years later or whatever it is, I really like him. But the first time, no.
Yeah,
it would
and
have been a perfect movie if they cut him, but he's everyone's favorite, so yeah, we can't
yeah,
cut him.
and
It's
yes,
the same with the dog.
yeah, he grew on me too. But it was like the first thing. It was like, but would it really work? I don't know. Do they have a? I mean, I'm thinking too much about it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Never a good thing.
No. Not when you enjoy just books. You shouldn't be thinking too much about it.
use your
Especially these
brain.
kinds.
No, exactly. So yeah, the world building. We can maybe start with Christina.
I thought it was. Or it's not. I mean, it's nothing really like unique about it. It's a alien planet where we have some kind of technological device that makes it breathable. There's some sci-fi tech, like the toilets and the lifts. But I wouldn't say. I mean, she didn't spend that much time on the world building, really. But it was served the purpose, I would say, but nothing impressive in my book.
Yes, Ebba.
So a 3 out of 5.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I think 3 out of 5 mirrors what I feel about it too. I think I wasn't in particularly like interested in the world that was presented or like super intrigued by it, but I think it all worked, so I believed it for the most part, and I liked that the aliens seemed really weird. Like there was one character that was basically like a sentient plant, and I just liked how really weird it got in that way. So I thought it was a 3 out of 5. Like it was solid, but I'm not super interested, kind of.
Yes. Sandra.
Yeah, I think the world building overall it was good, but I think it felt a little bit inconsistent. Like in the beginning, the main character, she smiles a lot, and they take it as an aggressive action. Like, whoa, she's so terrifying, and she's showing her teeth, and that's so impressive. But as the story moves along, we see that the characters they behave a lot of very similar to us. That they really like compassion, and they are very humanoid, and they think if you do the good thing, that's better than just wiping through an entire species and killing everything around you or something like that. So sometimes it felt a little bit inconsistent that way. But that wasn't the main part of this story, so I think that's all right. It was just one thing I had in my mind. But otherwise, it was an interesting world. It was nice visiting it, and I could really see all the sci-fi scenes with the moving platforms and the the weird toilets and stuff like that. So no, I think it was well built overall.
I just
Yes.
want to comment quickly,
Sure.
and I think I agree with you that like too many things are very humanoid, and I think it's kind of like in the same way how like Stargate and Star Trek, like for the most part things are very similar, so that we sort of have a reference and we can kind of understand them. Like they had, I think they even had, he went to a bar at one point, and like they were like alcohol. So and they had like so many things just came off like so similar in that way. But I was like, fine, I understand this. Like I don't have to think too much about this kind of world building, and I like that because it's just a backdrop for the story. So
Yeah, I'm always thinking about that when I'm watching sci-fi movies or series and everything. That I mean, it's hard to come up with something that we don't know about. It's we try, but we always kind of just take elements that we know because it's hard to just we have limits to our imagination, I think. So that's why this always happens, that they kind of get a bit familiar with us.
And I mean,
Or
sci-fi is still telling a story about humans and emotions and events. So it still needs to be relatable. I mean, if it was
Yeah.
completely alien, then
Yeah.
it's hard to tell a story that means something to a human
Mm,
Yeah,
reader.
and when it is really weird, like for example, like I brought up Star Trek, but Star Trek has some episodes. I haven't seen everything that Star Trek offers, but some episodes like they encounter some really really weird things. But then it's still about the humans or sentients that react to the really really weird thing and interact with it. So it's still like it's still focused on. If you were to tell something that is just completely alien, I don't think it would just be like super trippy and not make sense, I guess. So yeah, there's a balance to it.
Yeah, especially since this book it wasn't that long, right? It felt pretty short.
wasn't it? No,
Maybe it was.
It wasn't short, but
It wasn't massive. It
no,
wasn't
it wasn't. Definitely not.
heavy in details and
300
world building
pages.
and yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Oh. No.
so Kerstin?
Yes. I had some. Well, the world building, as you say, was kind of just it didn't go into details, and that's fine for me. There was some things that I had hard time believing. I'm not sure if that's world building or more character building or story building. And that was this whole. I mean, firstly, the thing that, but I know this got explained in the end, so I don't know if this is a bit spoiler, but I have hard believing that she would just accept going with and doing this contests things, and I just felt it very ridiculous, the whole idea about the contest and everything, and how long the contest was. I was like, what is it? Okay, I do like it but I had a bit trouble. I have been a bit, because I've been thinking too much as usual, but yeah. And I don't know if that's a world building problem or more a storytelling problem.
Partly world building problem,
Yeah.
I think, because I had to like definitely suspend my disbelief when you really thought about like practically about this contest.
Yeah.
And, like, do they do this every year, or like
Yeah.
how many times a
All
year?
right.
Like,
Yeah.
or do they live on different planets? Do they do like is this, it's just like gets crazy fast, and it's just like, no, don't even. That's why it's a 3 out of 5 and not a 4
Yeah.
or 5 out of 5. It's like it works, but you don't think too much about it.
Yeah, and
Yes.
but at one point, I actually I don't like the idea with gladiator games to define if you can become parents or not. But I do, in one way, like the idea to get permission to be parents, because sometimes
Yeah.
it's hard, but for
You should
example,
qualify.
Yeah, but there is some problems with everyone just
yeah, like
but I couldn't never enforce it like that.
no,
But
it's
I
impossible
do
to ethically enforce it.
enforce it.
But
No, but just the thinking.
to young people or people who have massive problems and everything thinks life is a miracle, but pretty much anyone can get pregnant. And yeah, sometimes it's not for the best, because kids grow up in terrible homes sometimes, and I think no kid should do that. So that is why I think there should be some limit to people having kids sometimes, but
I'm just gonna
we
chime in,
can't
though,
enforce
that
it.
sometimes good people turn into terrible people. So
True.
it's just one of those things. Like you can't even, like, this is just one of those things you can't make it happen. Like
No.
No.
however you roll with it, ethically and morally, it's gonna be a shitstorm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but like, you can philosophize. What do you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play around with the idea and everything. But
Mhm.
but yeah.
But yes.
But
no.
yeah, death games.
Yeah, that was the crazy bit. I was very shocked by that because that wasn't the feeling I got from the
Yeah.
beginning when he was kind of talking about the contest. So when this come in, like, okay, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Does it
I-
went into Hunger Games now? I was, but weird.
And he was like, "Oh, don't worry, like it's just a couple of
Yeah.
tests," and then all of them are absolutely like ridiculous and just
Yeah.
death traps, and it's like, um,
Yeah, and also the thing that
you knew
she's
this
like
wasn't possible.
just going with it and like, okay, I'm gonna do a dance.
My high school
Okay, so
dance
I like that one
competition.
though.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's definitely funny. But yes, I'm just thinking too much. I was like, but yes, this it has an explanation to this, so that's why I like it better when I've read it all. But it was a bit weird at the time. But yes, it's enjoyable. It's well written. Just yeah, it has some details, but maybe you don't need to. Not everything has to be a perfect
No.
structure.
But the thing that you started this rant with, or what we're calling it,
Yeah.
I need to ask, if you got the possibility to either enter this contest or go work in a space station,
Yeah. Or
what
space
would
station.
you choose?
Sorry, you
Well-
didn't even have time to finish the question. Yeah. Space
Yes. Well, I guess she didn't have that much, but maybe it wasn't that a struggle, but it's more I would have gotten into a depression kind of fast.
Right.
That's I mean, I just
Dark.
can't believe that she wouldn't break down. I mean, I would have some kind of panic attack if I just wake up and know I can't go home. And she doesn't really think about it. Maybe a bit later, but yes, it does have. I understand it now, but by then I couldn't buy it that.
Yeah.
But yes. But yes,
But
maybe I
and
would.
the
Christina,
choice
what
is
do you
also
choose?
though that if you compete, you can have a partner. If you go to the space station, you will be on your own for your rest of your life.
I just don't want how many, like 100 tiny babies. It seemed like there could be a lot of babies. And I was just like, it just sounds
Yeah.
like
How many
a
are
lot
you
of work.
allowed to have, really, even if you win the contest?
Yeah, they have problems.
Space station sounds just more fun. I don't know. I'm getting like some cool pictures in my head when I think space station, like space traffic. And like, I could work in security and just like, you look weird. What's the story? What do you have? Kind of weird stuff in your bag? Cool. Can I eat it? No. Okay. You go through. I don't know. Security at space station. I don't know. That's good.
I like how you self-employ yourself at the
Yeah.
space station.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Oh, so the characters. So maybe we start with you, Sandra, now.
All right, the characters. Well, I'm like, what was the name of the main character?
This is
Beryl.
weird. Beryl. Yes.
Beryl.
Bowman. Beryl Bowman.
Beryl Bowman. Yeah, I'm not sure what I felt about her really, because I felt like in the competition, the choosing, it felt like she didn't do much, but everyone loved her and she danced a little and everyone went, woo, wow, that's an amazing person. And then she came with the best possible plans for every scenario, and they just seemed so simple, and everyone around her was so astonished by everything she did, and I just didn't buy it. So uh, yeah, I don't know. She was pretty funny, and I really liked um, the translation device that got installed into her. That it took our idioms and changed them into something incomprehensible for the aliens. So all those shenanigans I really liked. And of course, Zylar, was that the name of?
Zylar,
So
yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
I listened to it, but
yeah,
I'm not sure.
him
Something like that.
I actually liked a lot because he just seemed like such a teddy bear. Which class and
Yeah.
walking around and just caring for the main character, and he was really precious. And like I said, the dog, it grew on me.
Snaps.
Snaps, especially when Snaps met Helix and Helix controlled the cleaning bot, so Snap could chase around it. That was cute. But the best character was definitely Kerr.
The plant person.
The plant.
Yeah, Kerr. Yes.
Yeah, they were just so good. The picture I got of them and the things they did, and it was just such a sentient, perfect creature. Yeah, so that was my favorite. Yeah.
Yes. Ba, I don't know if Christina, are you there? Did we lose you? Okay, well,
We'll see.
continue, Ebba. See
Yeah.
if she come back.
Yeah, I think both Beryl and Zylar were fun to spend time with. There wasn't one point of view that I preferred over the other. I like them both equally, and I don't always think that's the case when there are multiple point of views. And I do think, which you brought up, Kerstin, that Beryl went along and were fine with things like a bit too easy. Like there was no like dread or just like terror on her when she realized that she's like in a spaceship and flying through space and abduction, not going home. You know, all of these things that I would just imagine. Like there were hints at it at times, but like she really like went with things. But at the same time, it was kind of refreshing because I don't think I wanted something that was like depressing or
like
tough.
Kerstin breaking
Yeah.
down on the floor and
Yeah.
crying.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like it was just nice that it was easy and that they liked each other. There weren't like any strife between them. All threats and conflict were from the outside. And they were just nice to each other. And I just realized that I prefer nice people in romances. I don't think I like the sort of like that sort of like no, I just thought it was nice. And you know, I also like that they were both kind of dorky in different ways. She had like a better self-esteem than him, so he really grew as a character in that regard, which I thought was nice. And it happened like organically somewhat, so I thought that was also good. Snaps, I like snaps. I don't know, can't say anything more about snaps. 2 thumbs up. although I do think dogs are more intelligent than snaps. Sometimes. So it's like, I think there are more things happening in dog brains, but whatever. And what Kerr was also, I liked that Kerr turned out to be such a big part of the story. At first I was like, oh, here we have this weird fun alien, she's gonna die in like after 5 pages, and but no, she was like there for a lot of it, and I really liked her. She was, or they, I should say, she was, it was a they, right? Like they used they pronouns. So yeah, Kerr, 2 thumbs up. I'm excited to see where the ending goes in regards to their character.
Yes. I agree. I did like both characters, but yes, I had problems buying it. But you are definitely right. I mean, it wouldn't been a good, easy read if it was more. But I don't know. I'm just too like reality based sometimes, and I do try to, because why you just enjoy it, just have. But sometimes I just think too much about it.
The constant struggle of being a reader.
Yeah.
Can I buy it?
Yes. But yes, I like them. Well, that's more of the relationship, but I mean, I like them as a couple. I did think I can't say I really enjoy the sexy times like I can usually do otherwise. But I mean, sorry if that's. I hope that doesn't offend anyone. But I just thought
I'm
it was
glad you
really
brought
weird.
it up, because I was like, this is alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And like, oh, just
Well,
Yeah, it's a bit.
they were well written.
It was. It was not that you felt like disgusted about it, but I
No,
didn't
no.
really
Just
enjoy it
weird,
either.
just like
It was weird, yes.
it's just weird, different, but super consensual, super like, but
Yeah.
just different.
Yeah, and if someone thinks it's really sexy, good for them. But this didn't get me started.
No.
Definitely
I
not.
did like the hair thing though. I was like, oh yes. Please.
Like one of those
Yeah,
things,
exactly.
like,
I like that.
Oh, I just felt it was weird. Like,
It didn't feel sexual to me, but I mean, I like really the like. Oh yes, that's good.
yeah. Now when you says it, I can imagine like a head scratcher. You usually
Exactly.
have something
Exactly.
harder
Like.
for that. But in the book, I just felt really.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, I
can
know.
you imagine like snuggle with a crab, because it's basically like a huge crab, and it's just like, and I'm like, no, I can't get on board with it. Like I just
I felt more like an insect to me. Like
like
I don't know
crab
what.
insect thing, and it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like he's cute, but like he's cute because of like how he behaves and everything. But
But still,
yeah, I don't know.
yes. The thing is, he thinks she looks terrible, but I guess she grows on it. Oh,
But was he like really hard? I got the impression that he was more like
don't know if
firm,
he was.
but no, it's not like soft like skin, but more like
I
suede kind of.
I'm probably gonna mispronounce it, but like chitin, CHITIAN, chitin, yeah. And isn't that like crab shell?
Yeah, I think it's.
Have no
I'm
idea.
gonna
something
Google
like-
it.
Yeah,
Am I imagining things?
that's the good question.
It's a long chain polymer of N-acetylglycosamine. Okay, I don't know. That's what Wikipedia says.
All right.
Okay.
I kept getting reminded of. Do you remember The Last Hour of Gan?
I never read that one.
I never finished it.
No.
But he had more like scales. I wasn't thinking about scales.
Okay, there are multiple images of various crabs when I googled this chitin thing.
Okay.
So I think it's,
So it's like
insect
snuggling a crab.
crab.
But he also had this thing around his
Yeah,
neck
I get
and
it.
some openings in between that was
Yeah.
like soft. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, not the super most snuggly. It won't be a hit as a stuffed toy, I assume.
No.
Mhm.
You were doing characters. Sorry, like right?
Yeah. Yes. Uh, I didn't like that. Well, I guess that was the point. The whole family structure that I felt. Um, bit, I didn't really understand about, especially the mother, why they had that, like, thinking about him, that things he did, just why he did have so bad self-esteem, and I guess he grew on that. That but I guess that was a good, I mean, it's good writing. I don't know. I don't know what I mean. Oh no, dang it.
You lost her.
But no, I was confused with the whole family system because
Yes.
they tried to describe that he's my brother, but he isn't my brother, and we're from the same family, but we're not from the
Yeah, it was a bit
yeah.
Yeah, it
weird.
was confusing because they said like that they were multiple, and I think they called them like nest mates or something, like siblings. The term for
But I
siblings.
guess they don't have the same father always then. I don't know.
I don't know, but at the same time, why go through this whole choose chosen thing? Because they usually only had one partner, and then
Yeah.
maybe a second one if they were like a bit out of the ordinary, like Rice when I don't know how to pronounce his name. Rice when. Did you listen to the audiobook? Did
Yeah,
this
I
name,
listened to
Joshi?
the audiobook, but
Like
I
I struggled
forgot.
with this name. I was like, Risvin, Rice. I couldn't. It was different every
I
time.
don't know.
I don't
I
care.
Resvin. Resvin. I think it was Resvin. I think it was Resvin, I think.
Oh.
But I forget. I forget. Yes. I didn't like that he was because okay, I have kind of hard, but I was thinking about this, that they describe every alpha male as an asshole, but I don't think that's the case. An alpha male is someone who can lead. This is just corruption. It's not power. Like, I have good confidence, it's just corruption, and I don't like that. But this is an alpha male, and I hate him. So I was a little bit annoyed by that, because I don't think that is an alpha male, in my opinion. That's like an someone's trying to be an alpha male. Really
I think the
isn't.
concept of alpha males and beta males is utterly ridiculous, if I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
be
is.
completely
It is.
honest. Like, it's not even applicable to humans, so I don't know why it's like a cultural thing.
I don't
Why
understand.
people like aspire to certain things and why we place each other in boxes. Like, I could go on about this, but I won't.
I agree, because
So
we're not wolves. We don't
exactly, we're
live
not
in
wolves.
packs like
You
they do.
can't take like it's just
Yeah, it is
silly.
ridiculous.
That's
I
actually
agree.
something that really annoyed me with this book, because the writer actually referred to
Yes.
the main character as having beta instincts, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, but you know, what
Yes.
you gonna do? He was a very competent, caring person, and that
You can
is
share your opinion on the internet.
Yes. Yes.
Didn't like it.
Yeah. But because I also hate that term, but more like a confident man that can lead. I mean, someone that kind of attracts women, I guess. But I don't know what we don't call. I don't like that.
Yeah.
The only thing
I
about
think
he was a
that's the
really
reason
nice.
it exists.
Yeah, exactly. But just, I mean, he was a really nice person, but just because he constantly got, like, everything he did was like taken from him for some reason. Like, he invented something and everyone was like, "That we can't use that for anything." I mean, I don't know what was going on around him, and it felt like he just, and I no, sorry, I can't explain it. I just, yes, of course you can have really bad insecurities and everything, and that kind of shows. But I guess it was because this what was, I forgot
think-
again.
Risvin.
Risvin.
Yes, that
Risvin.
he was for
Wasn't it-
some reason always trying to, what to say, not destroy.
yeah, I get what you're.
Put him down.
Putting down, like, damn it.
Oh my god, I know what word you're looking for. But it's
Not cripple him, not, but kind of just every time he tried
oppress?
anything. No, that's not what I'm thinking about. More like he... På svenska är det, alltså förstör vad han försöker göra. Han förstör för honom hela tiden. Allting han försöker göra. Han slår av benen på honom. Vad säger man?
well, he just like makes. I think I don't know. Like I have an interpretation, and I don't know if the ending is gonna confirm it for
Sabotage.
me. Yeah, sabotage.
Sabotage. That's what Mickey
it.
Yeah, he was sabotaging him
manipulation.
all the time for some reason that I don't understand. Because why he wasn't a threat? So why couldn't he have like? I don't understand that. It was
But maybe he did perceive him as a threat in some ways. Maybe
Yeah,
he
maybe
saw
he
like he had potential. I don't know. Or maybe he's just a bully.
Yeah, probably.
Probably that.
Yeah, it was a bit sad, and I didn't like that his family couldn't see that. That's a bit sad, but it's just a story. Doesn't mean it was wrong or anything. It's just it was things I was thinking about reading. Yes. Sorry, characters, Christina.
Yeah, Beryl. I thought she was well written, and very easygoing person. And yes, she handles a weird situation very unexpectedly well. But that is all. I mean, she's the main character of the book. What's the name of her? The guy who abducts her? I forget.
Zylar.
Zylar.
Yeah, I think. I mean, he's a nice guy. A bit weird, maybe, but I mean, he's nice enough. Nothing wrong there. The dog seems very dog-like. I'm not a dog person, but he eats and pees and digs, and he has. I thought they would make more of a thing about Kerr's babies.
I was
babies?
like, yeah, those the seeds that she gave.
Because the dog buries seeds from Kerr.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And they grow into plants that they take with them also when they move.
They take with them when they move?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they dug them up and put them in a pot and when they move out. So that's, I would say, I mean, I enjoyed the story, but I'm not going to read the second book. The only reason I would think about reading the second book is to know what happens to Kerr's baby plants.
But I'm not sure. I looked it up, the second book, and it's about Helix and his adventures in a humanoid body of some kind.
What?
So
who was that?
And the AI,
it was the AI.
Find love.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, it made me think of Murderbot. And the ships there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so characters were very, I think they were well put together. Kerr was also, I agree with you, Ebba, that was a nice addition to the story, and was, I would say, it's interesting to see like a character that isn't like in the center of the story was still very, I mean, they had the big emotions. I mean, the arc of Kerr was very like, first find love, travel to a different planet, watch your intended like get completely destroyed, and then the revenge arc. It was, I would say, Kerr's story arc was probably the best one.
Yeah.
And actually had offspring together with Snap, I suppose. But wouldn't that be against the law? I mean, if she has, I thought that was a bit of inconsistency that I reacted on, actually.
I was like, because when that thing happened, when Kerr was giving the seeds to Snaps, I was like, oh no, this is so bad, because now they have exchanged genetic material. In my head, I was like, oh no. And it's gonna backfire on them, and Curry's gonna be thrown out and everything. I was like, oh crap. But then they just kept going back to the garden and checked out his green dirt dogs, and I was like, okay, so that's not gonna happen. Okay.
You and I were on the same page there, because I was also thinking this
I
was
was like,
like a
Violation.
yeah.
like they were vad säger man, procreating off the board, like without the permission.
Yeah.
So that was, but I like the characters, and they were very likable, and very, apart from, they were a bit stereotypical. I mean, all of our heroes were all like white hats, and then Rizven, right, the brother, was just all dark. I mean, it's not just that he's jealous and violent. He also enjoys like tormenting living creatures. He does drugs. He bribes the cops. It's like, it's not just one bad thing. He's just completely dark. It's just the whole spectrum. So a little bit black and white there.
Yeah.
And I would say there wasn't really any characters that's any type of grayscale. Everyone was either good or bad. Even Helix had very, very good moral reasoning behind his abduction of a poor human person. So it was like the author took very much care to motivate in an ethical way.
Maybe a little bit spoiler alert there.
I think we're beyond spoilers, though, maybe.
Wasn't
I don't
it? I mean, I was thinking that happens in the end. It's
fine.
when he
It's fine.
explains. Are you sure? Because I really don't want to spoil, because that actually, first time for a long time, I felt that was a really good twist about the AI.
Right. Yeah. Well, sorry, I should have. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna say that I mean, yeah, I agree. Everyone is like stereotypically either good or bad in it, but it was just like I've been watching Last of Us television series, and then I started immediately with Last of Us 2 on PlayStation. Finished that because that was all I was doing when I free time. But man, that game was so depressing. Like everyone was like just bad, very dark on the grayscale. So reading this book where like the main characters are good and you can tell who's the bad guy, and it was just like, yes.
Yeah, sometimes
Nice.
it's refreshing.
Sometimes you need like just like
yeah.
no grayscale, just like super easy.
It's like a palate cleanser. It's like it's very clear who's good and bad. No moral ambiguity here. It's just
exactly, and it's just like that's what
Yeah. And I also really liked her. I didn't say that, but I agree with it was so fun that she was a so big part of the story that she was. I agree with. Yes, so the relationship or ships. I mean, if we want to talk about, they created this bond pretty quickly, and
very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly. And well, it's nice, I guess. Even if I take away all my other thoughts about getting like a panic attack if you ended up in another planet, so I just felt that it felt very safe from the beginning, their relationship, and this whole thing that he really tried to, okay, I didn't do the nest right, I need to fix this, and yeah, and I liked how they, well, actually she was a little bit like, oh, I can do this, I'm gonna make a hammock, I can do it. She was a little bit Mary Sue there in several times, I guess, but it was fine.
Mary Sue or MacGyver?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe. But she figured things out, and I guess that could be plausible. I don't know, but it felt also that he also really tried to get so she would have it nice then. So it felt safe is the word I think.
A very
said.
healthy relationship.
Healthy relationship. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Ebba.
Yeah, not much to add. I thought they communicated well, despite the minor language difficulties. It was just a very sweet relationship. Yeah, not much to add.
Oh, I need to add one thing. I was glad it wasn't the trope with the confusion when they kind of misunderstand each other and have like, that's so common, and I am so tired of that trope. So that was so good. But just please say what you mean and don't like do this whole thing. And there was no drama between them, and I liked that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there was some misunderstanding. I mean, in the beginning, he was misinterpreting her when she was smiling all the time.
Yeah, I guess.
But that was
But it was
never
no
a problem.
drama.
That was
No.
Yeah, it was never
interesting.
a source for like strife or conflict massively.
No.
So it was just like misinterpreting. Then they sort of fixed it by communicating, and nothing major.
Do you want to add something more, Christina?
No.
Nope. Sandra?
Yeah. It was a very sweet relationship. I liked that they could communicate, and they got to know each other very well, very quickly. But if we talk about this spoiler thing that we Christina brought up earlier, then that thing confuses me so much, because if someone has this plan we need to adopt a human woman, a random human woman from planet Earth, because that is the biggest possibility for this alien to succeed. I'm not sure a lot of women would fall for this crab man. I have a very hard time imagining that, actually. So
should we talk about this or not? We can do it.
But how random was it, really?
That one human actually falls for the crab person?
No, I mean when they picked Beryl.
Oh, right. You think she was specifically targeted? Because I read it like they needed a human woman.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise it's very lucky that they picked her.
Yeah, right. So that is what I can't wrap my head around. That they actually.
But wasn't he kind of mixing with her brain as well? That's how I read it.
What?
That the AI did something to her brain.
Oh, that I missed completely.
Am I completely? That's how I read it.
All right, yeah.
So that's why she didn't react like she did with confusion and was scared and everything, because he made her adaptable somehow.
That sounds very sneaky.
Yeah, and creepy.
Yes, that's how I read it.
All right, so we're
now I'm
a human woman. We're also
it was very
tweaking her mind to easily
to like a crab.
Fall the crab person.
I don't think it was that to make her fall in love, but I think it was to make her not like panicking.
All right, yeah. That I can buy. Even though I don't remember that part.
Now I'm like, okay, do I have to read this again? Because that's was kind of how I understood it, and why I like. Oh, okay, now I understand why she didn't like get a breakdown.
Yeah, and especially if Helix found Beryl and thought that this person is specifically compatible
Yeah.
with Zylar, then I buy it. But
But it's
as
still
I read it,
creepy.
it's still creepy.
Not, yeah.
But as
But
I
I mean,
read
there
it,
was
he needed a human woman.
but there was a lot of things with Beryl that was like she was single, she didn't have family, she was alone in a place where she could be picked up. It was
He
it
did
didn't
a lot
feel very random.
All right.
calculated, I guess, as an AI would do it.
Then I more easily buy it.
I'm kind of sorry that we spoiled you, Ebba, because it
It's
was. I
fine.
thought it was a really good ending. Actually, it explains.
Yeah, it's a really good twist. As you said, it was
fine.
Yes.
some time ago.
Yes.
But that's not so
Okay.
near the end, is it? Okay, yeah, okay.
It's after they have won, or what you say?
Yeah, or in
And
the
where I'm at right now is that Beryl has gone to meet Rizwen to make him think that she likes him or wants to get out of
At his
the
lab.
Zylar duo situation. So
Mm.
I think that's where I am right now.
yeah, so it's the next chapter.
Yeah,
Sorry.
basically.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's the party, and then after the party. That's
Okay.
like, yeah. Okay. Moving on. The story. So this is a story about a girl getting
Named
adopted.
Lucky.
Yeah, named Lucky. Adopted to another world and get a choice of doing a contest to be a partner of an alien crab. And
So far, please say it like that.
and
God.
and have a
On the
nest
space
with
station.
nestlings. or live on or work on a PlayStation. No, on a space station.
Yeah.
So yes, and she chooses the guy, and everything is just goes well, I guess.
Yeah.
It does. And she finds friends with she got friends with a plant. I don't know what her partner that she ended up with, what he was. He was something else, I think.
It was Crab.
Yeah.
Was he also crab?
Yeah, he
Everyone
was.
is
Okay.
Crab except for
Everyone
But a
the
very
is crab
colorful
except-
crab.
Oh,
They had these amazing colors, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yes.
The more colors you have, the better, I think.
Like peacocks
Yes.
or butterflies.
Like a peacock crab.
Yeah.
And it was pea-sized as well, so that goes hand in hand.
Yeah. So, well, I like the story as a whole. I really liked it. Like I said, it was a bit of a ride for me. Like why? How is this really good? Is it? But at the end, I actually gave it a 4 because I did enjoy it, and especially I really love twists. That's like my thing about most films and books. If it has a good twist, I don't know, it does something for me. That just makes it much better for some reason. Yes. So I don't know, Ebba. Just
Yeah, I think I made it clear. Like I've enjoyed it so far. Unless the ending really messes things up, which, based on how you guys are talking about it, it won't. I think I like it. I'm leaning towards a 4 as well because it's just a good read, and I think it's one of those I might not remember it too well. Like after a while, it's gonna some weird alien. It was good, but I don't. Yeah, but
Especially since you crammed it.
yes.
yeah.
especially so. But I kind of want to go back and sometime in the future reread Grim Space, because I really liked Anna Guire's writing. I think for this genre and everything, it works really well for me. So I think I'm gonna check that out, because I never read beyond the first one in the series. So now I'm just like confirmed, like, yeah, I kind of want to check that out again. So yeah.
Nice. Do it.
Yes. Christina.
I think it was a good story. I mean, it was never boring. It was lots of drama. Good guys, bad guys, twist in the end, talking dog, death,
Never
loss, revenge, scheming, plotting. I like it. I thought it was good. It was. I mean, it wasn't anything. It was very few unexpected turns. I wouldn't even describe it as a twist in the end. Sorry, Kerstin.
Okay. It was. But I didn't expect that at all, actually. I didn't expect that was the case. I really believed it
The
was
sun flares.
the sun flares, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, something's gonna be up with that though. Like something, like it's just too convenient, and then like so. I didn't expect that particularly, but I was like, it's just off, kind of.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. So it's yeah, no, I would say it's very unoffensive and entertaining. I liked it. I think I gave it a 4. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Andrew
And
brought me
then-
tequila, that's what.
Okay.
I tried to open a bottle with chocolate mintu before the hangout, but I couldn't get out the door. I couldn't unscrew it.
The universe is against you drinking. It's like, no,
Yeah.
Sandra, no.
I just felt that that together with we have this chocolate drink in the fridge, it would be such a nice cozy evening drink. Because I didn't want to drink straight rum or straight whiskey or something like that. But no,
Nope.
I went without once again.
Weakling.
I already had a headache before we started, so I was like, no
Alright.
alcohol.
Right. But challenge next time, Ebba. Let's do all the glasses of whiskey then.
Yes.
Or not.
Yes.
We'll see. We'll see.
Should do that for the not this next month's reading, but the month after that, when we have Chuck Tingle. Maybe we all need it
Tingle
then.
theme.
Yes.
Then we will all need the tequila shots.
Yes. Just cool.
Oh, perfect.
Yes. Did you want to add something about the story?
No, I think it was pretty decent and entertaining.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the ending then. Who wanna start? Christina, maybe?
Yeah. I would say I'm surprised that the second book is about another character, because I felt that, I mean, the ending was a pretty much start of something new.
Yeah.
So I was expecting this to continue into the next book. So I mean, the ending, it's not just an ending, it's a pretty, I mean, the ending is very well wrapped up, and you get like proper closure. So you know how things panned out. So I enjoyed that ending. It was not maybe not unexpected. I mean, if we have two main characters who participates in a competition, they're gonna come out on the other end in a good state.
Especially if it's a romance.
Yeah, of course. I don't remember if they won though. Never mind, that would be a spoiler. So it was, but the ending was nice. It's it was well wrapped up, even if it wasn't the perfect happy ending, but still good wrapped up and nicely quality ending. Quality ending.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yes, Sandra.
Yeah, I concur. It was a good ending, and like Christina said, since they went away to the Barons in the end, you just assumed that they would continue their story, and I actually think a second book with the couple in such a territory could be a very good book and entertaining and adventurous. A whole other concept than this one, where it's family intrigues and things like that. Now it's life and death. So yeah, that would be a whole other second book in the series. And since I actually spoiled myself with reading the blurb of the second book, that was supposed to be about Helix, I just thought that they wouldn't come out of the competition as one of the winners, and they had to go away to be at the same planet that Helix is going to be in the second book. So I was surprised that it didn't go in that direction. So, but yeah, overall, very good book and very good end. I'm torn if I want to continue this series or not, because I think the second book can be as entertaining as this one. But I'm not really in the mood right now to continue it, so maybe in a few months or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I don't really have much to add there. It was a good ending. And yeah. It had a good closure, as you say. So yes. So sorry about you don't have any say.
Or flip a coin.
Yeah, exactly.
Make something up.
Yes. I like it.
Yes. So next book we are reading is Queen of Teeth by Haley Piper. I will not be reading it, but I will be here just hosting you. So that will be good. And next hangout will be April 26th. Yes. So, yeah. And our social media you can find here. All the links at our link bio or lnk.bio/VikingBootyBC, or our Twitter, Instagram is at VikingBootyBC or at Viking Booty Book Club. So yes, that's what it's for today. It was a good discussion. Always fun to hang out with you guys. So we see ya in a month.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.